There's a sound you never forget. For me, it was the click of my badge against my desk. Not loud, but final. It was the sound of leaving a version of myself I'd outgrown and walking straight into the unknown. That's what I want to talk about today. Breaking free from the golden handcuffs, the shiny kind of success that looks good on paper, but quietly strangles your peace. Welcome to the Hello You Show. I'm Jessica Rice, a leadership and brand coach, creator of the Powerhouse Legacy Collective, and someone who's lived both sides of success, the shiny title and the silent burnout behind it. Today, we're talking about breaking free, not just from your job, but from every version of yourself that you've outgrown. For years, I wore my handcuffs proudly. I'll admit it. I had the title, the paycheck, the benefits. I had made it. But here's the truth. Golden handcuffs still leave marks. They just shimmer under better lighting. And we tell ourselves it's just a season. Things will get better. I'll slow down after this promotion, or I'll pivot when things settle. But they rarely do because our brains crave predictability. The dopamine hit of checking boxes, earning praise, staying needed. It feels good until it doesn't. Neuroscience calls this the certainty trap. The brain's reward center lights up when we can predict our next win, but it also stops us from imagining anything new. And we start mistaking familiar for safe. And comfort without meaning becomes a slow erosion of ourselves. When I think back to that season, I wasn't burnt out because I worked hard. And I did work hard, nights, evenings, weekends. But I was burnt out because I worked disconnected. I kept showing up for versions of success that I didn't believe in anymore. And I was tired of the version of me that I had to be in order to survive there. My nervous system was on high alert. Emails all felt like emergencies, and silence felt like failure. Every moment I ignored my intuition, and my body kept score. Cortisol, that stress hormone, it doesn't just exhaust you. It numbs your creativity. It dulls your decision making. It whispers, don't change anything. It's safer to stay. But safety at the cost of self is not safety at all. There's always a moment, a tiny fracture where awareness sneaks in before your next meeting. For me, it wasn't dramatic. It was pretty quiet. I was sitting in another conference room, staring at slides that had nothing to do with what I was called to be. And I realized I had built a career that rewarded me for betraying myself quietly. And that's when I knew I didn't need another strategy session. I needed permission to trust what I already knew, that peace was worth more than prestige. And so I started planning my exit, not as an escape, but as an evolution. And leaving wasn't instant liberation. It was detox. Every decision after that required unlearning. And honestly, faith became my framework, not religion. Faith as trust in unseen alignment. Freedom, I learned, isn't a lack of structure. It's choosing the right ones, the ones that allow your purpose to breathe. And power came next, but not the old kind, not positional power. Personal power, the kind that comes when your voice no longer needs validation to be valuable. And legacy, that's the afterglow. It's what happens when the life that you live is proof that peace is possible. Science and soul agree on this. You can't build from burnout. When we chase productivity for validation, we're running on external dopamine, temporary hits that fade as soon as the email lands or the post performs. But when we work from alignment, purpose, connection, contribution, we activate self-generated dopamine. It's fulfillment that sustains itself. And this is how we rewire hustle, not by quitting everything, but by quieting the noise long enough to hear the signal again. And maybe for you, the handcuffs aren't your job. Maybe they're expectations. Maybe they're old versions of yourself that you've outgrown, but still perform for. Either way, you know what they are. And so here's your moment of silence right now. What's the badge you're still wearing, even though it no longer fits who you're becoming? Because when you finally set it down, the silence that follows isn't loss, it's freedom arriving. This is the Hello You Show, a place for the brave ones building legacy through alignment, not adrenaline. If this episode spoke to you, share it. Send it to someone standing on the edge of their next brave choice. Because the world doesn't change when we climb higher. It changes when we come home to ourselves. Hello, you. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning into the Hello You Show. It's been a pleasure to have you with us on this journey today. If you found value in our conversation and want to support the show, please take a moment to like, follow, and subscribe so you never miss an episode. We'd also deeply appreciate it if you could leave us a review. Your feedback not only helps us grow, but also enables others seeking inspiration and authenticity to discover our community. Until next time, keep embracing your story with purpose.